back to the channel. Today is a good day because we are at 201 subscribers. Yay! So in honor of that, I was thinking what special episode this should be. At first maybe I was like, oh, I'll do like 200 heads or 200 sketches or something. But then I was like at number 4th head and I was like, this is kind of boring. So I was like, maybe I'll do like 200 dogs or 200 poodles. And then I was like watching some of the 2023 2024 Chanel like runway shows, and I was like, I should do like 200 fashion models, and I was like, no, I'm gonna like burn myself out. And then I was walking in my neighborhood, and then there was this like really cute poodle in like a Chanel like outfit, you know, like with the horizontal stripes, and I was like, I should do 200 dogs in Chanel or 200 dogs that's dressed better than you. So yeah, that's where we're going with this. So we'll see how this goes. 200 dogs in Chanel. I hope you have a great day, and thank you for subscribing. I started on this task. I was like, why did I say I do 200 dogs? But here we go. Yeah, so I got a matte board, which is what you use to matte pictures. It's kind of flimsy, so I think as I do it, I have to be conscious about weighing it down with a lot of books so it doesn't warp. But yeah, I put some red acrylic wash over this pretty thickly, and then you see I'm doing some kind of like sun and palm trees, probably like a beach setting with like a gradation of sky here. And I saw this, I've been looking through some fashion and just editorial things. There's some really good like fashion books now. See, this one is called Blanc. It's just like really nice images, just to inspire what I'm gonna make these posh dogs look like. I also saw oh, this one's cool. It's like a origami suit. I wonder if that's like part of the pattern. That's insane. But I bet it was like, I don't know. I wonder if it was like one piece pattern. That'd be crazy, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I saw in this one GQ magazine, they had these floating figures, kind of like I think what Magritte did, or some other surreal artists, where they're just floating in the air. So I think I'll make it less like the dogs are like lying on the beach or you know, getting a tan or something like that. Like, instead of the dogs being contextual in the scene, I think they'll in this background they'll be more like they're floating like a texture in the sky and the sand. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so here we got the sun and some of these plants coming up. I've decided to make let the red come out from my priming color as like this plant life. I think it's funner to kind of cut out these shapes, these plant shapes with the red instead of using a normal green color. So I've decided to do that. When drawing this ellipse here of the beach meeting the shore, I know it's pretty abstract. I'm still trying to keep it like a pretty narrow oval, just so it doesn't fall out of perspective when it's too wide. Always be careful of turns, you know, that they're narrow enough when you're drawing a landscape. I'm cutting out these shapes of the plants, just using like the tip of my flat brush here, letting it come out. And it is funner when it cuts the horizon. And to make the feathered part of this plant, I'm going to do with this square edge, just mark it off and rotate my hand. To get those nice jagged clump edges. So cool, yeah. This plant has this kind of neck to it and these frills that come out. So let me show you the reference real quick. So yeah, you can see they're like little fingers coming out. So I want to get that in. And then the curve of this beach, I want to get that right too. And how there's like a white border that goes around it all. So how I approach this palm tree, I think the stem would be red silhouette, but I'm gonna start with the inner shapes and paint in the green like that. How I was taught to do plants is to have the darkest dark inside, like the inside the point where the leaves originate from. But because I'm choosing this red color, I'm kind of experimenting to have the darkest be this red color. So because it is a palm, I think this classic palm, there's these poles that come out of the center like that. And then I'm going to fade that out. Start making that green gradation. So yeah, this I like this brush because it is short and square, and it's very useful to paint leaves like this with angles. Get the negative color, so in our case this red sun color, and then you almost kind of hatch it back up so you get those leaves like that. One reason why I chose to do a red background was I think Chanel said that she lines her Chanel purses with red lining, so then things are easier to find in the purse. So I thought to dedicate this to Chanel, that my puppies that are dressed in Chanel would also be popping out of a red background. So, so that's just a little fun thing. I'm mostly covering some of the pencil lines now. This is very messy, but I am using golden acrylics. They come in several forms. This is like a squeezy bottle. And actually the white I'm using gouache, but there's that. Pretty happy with this tree. I realized that like when I did go darker in these like core spots, like over here, when I did that with like a dark blue, phthalo blue, it didn't work out too well because I think I wanted to keep this picture like the shadow is pretty light. I think it matches better with the style. So yeah, here we have so far the background. I think it might be enough for now. I'm gonna start populating it with my puppies in Chanel, so we'll see. Thanks guys. So here is a little lesson in brush washing. I used to teach little kids how to draw and paint, and I was super stickler on like proper brush maintenance because you want your brushes to last, you know, even these are like super cheap. You don't want to keep buying brushes all the time when you start a new painting. So usually, well, this is acrylic, and acrylic dries like a plastic, so you want to wipe them off and try not to get any of this in your sink because it does clog it after a while. It is practically plastic, so try to get as much of it possible off with tissue. Let's see, here, give it a whirl, and then go back, wipe it again. Just get all the paint off. And then get some soap and start, let's take out the palette, knife. Start going like that. Use a little hot water too to get that off. And you want to make sure to get all the paint off of the very end where the brush meets the neck here. So get that in. It's like washing dishes every night sometimes. And also do circles in your sink. And kind of just get your fingernails through the bristles to get the paint out of the threads. With oil, it's a little different. You want to kind of dunk it in Gamsol and then wipe it with tissue. Cool. So can also get like a brush cleaner. It's like this off-white cylinder container you could buy at Michael's or Flicks. But I just use regular soap now. Okay, so once you're pretty confident, my test for the little kids was to grab some tissue and then press it against the bristles to see if there's any paint on it. Then they can go home. So if I see any line of paint, then they're back at the sink. So it's pretty clean. I do have some red on this one, so I'm gonna keep going. So once you're confident, you dry the brushes and make sure, I never put my brushes like in a, I don't put them up in like a container or anything like that, because the water will go back into the handle and ruin your brush. So for each brush I would wad it with dry paper towel, and then also to dry the handle itself, because it will crack and shatter the wood. So each brush just pull down. And then the last part, which is really important, is to get a little wee bit of soap in your finger and just the very tip, dab it a little, and then let your brush sit horizontally to the table. And then the soap will keep your brush like the way you bought it, you know, like there's a thing that's holding the bristles together. So yeah, that's my tips for washing. Thank you. Hey guys, so if you want to join a very amazing organization, we are giving out tote bags for Amigos de Paraguay for anyone who wants to make a donation of $25 or more. Please email me in my YouTube email link, and I will mail you a tote bag with the QR code that links to our donation site. Our Amigos de Paraguay is now a 501c nonprofit, and it helps girls in Paraguay get access to secondary education, laptops or books, things that could help them with their spiritual and professional growth. So consider donating. Thanks guys.